So I'm sure you've heard of Sonic Forces, a big old steaming pile of garbage that Sega dumped on shelves in 2017. I played it all in the modern day just to find out what went wrong in this weird moment of Sonic history. And this is actually my second video on Sonic Forces. The first one was about the first third or so of the game, so I actually recommend you check that one out first. But without further ado, so Sonic has just got his ass whooped by Infinite, and we cut to Tails, who once again is moaning. The character assassination of Tails the Fox in this game is genuinely one of my biggest gripes with it. His whole character growth was learning to be independent from Sonic. This is literally the one role you can give Tails that actively ruins him. I would rather, in this story, he just does absolutely nothing. Also, speaking of the story, I haven't mentioned this up until now, but the PlayStation version of this game, the one I recorded my footage on, automatically blocks its internal capture software from recording footage of these cutscenes. It's ridiculous for any game to do this. Streaming and online content is such a massive part of modern video game marketing, so why ban people who don't own external capture cards from doing so? Is protecting this masterpiece of a story really that important to you? Because I guarantee you, it's not good. Moving on, the puny blue rat of misery returns, so let's talk about another awful classic level. I don't know what to say that I haven't said already. The level design just does not fit with the environment. It looks as if it was made in a level maker. He controls like a fridge. It's Green Hill Zone. Again. And the music. Dear God, the music. It's awful. It's awful bad even for classic Sonic in Forces standards. All of his songs are bad, but this is a low point. The chiptune sounds out of key, for God's sake. For a series built on amazing music, this is an embarrassment. I no longer want to go fast. I want to go cry. I got an S rank, look at me, I'm an epic gamer. Eggman then reappears, which is refreshing. Not because he's entertaining, but because I genuinely forgot he's in the game. Contrary to Sonic, who's way too jovial in this game, Eggman is not cracking jokes at all. Which is weird because Mike Pollock is an excellent voice actor for Eggman, and he's best during the comedic moments. This game plays Eggman so seriously, and it is not playing to the strengths of the character. It's time for a boss fight against the man himself using the blue brick. The fight starts out as a boss from Sonic 1, which is cute I suppose, and once a certain damage barrier has been met, the fight transitions into a fight against the Egg Dragoon from Sonic Unleashed, making me wish I was playing that game instead. It also makes me wish the game did something original instead of constantly spunking stuff out from Sonic's past. The only way to damage this boss is to fling rocks back at him while avoiding the other ones. Lots of waiting, but the boss is fine, I guess. Very easy to beat, but this is the best classic Sonic the game has to offer. I S-ranked it, obviously. Between this and the next level, we get one animated cutscene and one text cutscene, which both do absolutely nothing to the plot, making me question why it's here at all. I also question who the hell Soldier is. Why did we have to make a character called Soldier here? Who is he? What horrors has he seen? Has he ever taken a life? It is now time for our OC, Snock the Chog, to run around the city, called The City, and this level is actually pretty decent. It's one of the better ones in the game. The level actually has branching pathways and ways to use your movement abilities to explore the level in interesting ways. Wow! It's still nowhere near as expansive as the Generations level, and it's way too short, but compared to everything else I've had to slog through, this is perfection. Oh, and the music for this one is actually good. Getting major Sonic R vibes from this one, and I dig it. I got an S rank on this one. Like S for Sonic. Well, that last level got me feeling pretty good. Maybe it's time that this game changes for the better. Things are only gonna go up from here. Oh no, not you again.
So, oh, for fuck's sake.
It's crazy that the two worst characters in this game are put together for all of the story. It's obvious my optimism is misplaced because this is a clear candidate for the worst level in the game. This one physically hurt me. We're back in the swanky neon Las Vegas forest thing. I'm still confused what this place is. And I guess just because this place has some neon lighting, it's obviously time to poorly emulate Casino Night Zone. But this is just janky. You have no control over Sonic, and the pinball paddles send you in random directions. Another level design masterclass here? Why did I fall into this gap? Why is it even here in the first place? What is this? This level was awful. It gave me hemorrhoids. I wish I got a D rank. Time for the next level, and it is the OC's time to shine in Viva Las Forest. This level is built around water slides. Who doesn't love a water slide, right? They're awesome. What could possibly go wrong? Everything can go wrong. These water slides feel like I'm sliding through custard. It is so slippy and bouncy, but you have no control of the OC. It's literally RNG whether you fall off or not. But hey, at least there's a banger to die over and over again to. The entire game has literally 6 locations, and they're either rehashed old levels that have been done to death like Green Hill or Chemical Plant, or they're original levels that are so generic. Some people may call this a nitpick, but it's really important to me. This game, as we've already said, does not have original locations for every level like pretty much every other Sonic game does. This is a massive reason why individual levels are instantly forgettable. But another one is the names. Why do the names just suck? Spaceport, Prison Hall, Egg Gate. All of these names are so boring. What happened to the fun and exciting level names of old? Compare Metropolitan Highway to Radical Highway. Both are set on roads in cities, but one sounds cool, you know, like Sonic the Hedgehog. One is just plain boring, while the other has the sauce. Oh my god. And if the writing wasn't shallow and cheap enough, please have a look at this masterpiece of a line.
It's been generations since I seen you. You okay?
Firstly, this is so forced. I hate this. Secondly, you said yourself earlier that this Sonic is from another dimension. In Generations, that classic Sonic is from the past. This is not the same guy, Sonic. You've never seen him before, you incel. Sunset Heights is a Sonic stage that they used for all of the marketing, and to be honest, I can see why. This level is decent. But the level is literally only a minute long. We're a decent chunk of the way through the game, and the levels don't seem to be getting any longer or any more challenging. They're all just corridors with enemies standing there, waiting to be bowled over. I'm sure you can guess my rank. I got another AH! But hey, at least for all my suffering, I got to see Shadow do this cool kick. Oh, by the way, Shadow's here. It's at this point that I got bored of playing this game, so I had to take a break and play more of the game at a later date. I'd like to stress that at this point, I've only played for 1 hour. I got fed up after 1 hour. After my break, it's time to move on to level 16. What's level 16 about? I don't know, Knuckles just keeps waffling on about Operation Big Wave. Whatever that means. I have to give praise to this level though. It's certainly ambitious. The perspective is constantly changing as well as the gravity. Unfortunately, the execution is nowhere near as good as the concept. The level design isn't engaging and it doesn't make fun with the constantly changing perspective. Infinite is the one who's screwing with the level and constantly changing the gravity, and they could really use this to ramp up his threat in the story. But somehow he looks lame, even when he's tampering with the very fabric of reality. It's only now that I noticed in my playthrough, I didn't change the Wisp on once. Why would you? The default works fine, all the enemies die in one hit, and the game never encourages you to use another. Also, this is so stupid, but it makes me irrationally upset that this guy says, "This is the Eagle Squad," when he clearly isn't an eagle. Remember that last level where we saved Shadow? You'd think that introduction of such an important character within the Sonic lore would lead to developments in the story, like he would lead us to the next story beat or give us some sort of important information that progresses the plot. But no, we just see him and the game moves on. I can't even remember if he talks again from this point. What is the point of introducing new characters if they aren't going to do anything? This story is just so sporadic and, quite simply, badly written. I can't remember what rank I got. I'm giving up trying to keep track. Snuck has a case of his classic PTSD, Infinite makes him his bitch. Luckily, Sonic gives him a pep talk to hype him up, and I'm jealous. I need this in my life. We fight the next boss with the OC, and this is boring and visually confusing. Stuff moves in the background and Infinite is flinging cubes about. It's busy, but dear god, it's not a challenge. I finished this in 2 cycles. Just what a dud of a villain this is. A badass black and red jackal that messes with reality sounds like an amazing concept, but this guy just sucks. He carries no real mystery, threat, backstory. Go on, girl, give us nothing! Sonic has had some really cool villains, especially in the 2000s, which is clearly what Infinite is trying to emulate, but it just falls flat. Characters like Shadow, Chaos, even weirder stuff like Mephiles, all made some sort of impact, whereas this limp piece of cardboard leaves no lasting impression on the player. He has no enjoyable personality traits, and he doesn't even push the plot forward himself. He has so much potential, and yet he sucks so hard. Anyway, speaking of things that suck, him. I can't believe this shite came out the same year as Sonic Mania. One is so buttery smooth, and this little ball of concrete controls as smoothly as sandpaper. The next level is an imposter claiming to be Chemical Plant. Why call it Chemical Plant if it doesn't even look like it? Why are we reusing level themes if it's name only? You might as well just come up with a new name, then you won't have idiots like me complaining that you're reusing level themes. The level after this is just weird. It's a stupid half-level thing that turns into a boss fight in the second half, but the level and the boss each individually provide no real challenge. We're fighting Metal Sonic, this boss is just straight up awful, and if I stop running, guess what? So does he? Did anyone play test this game? This just looks awful and really breaks the illusion of challenge that this game's trying to present. Nothing makes it feel more like a scripted video game than the boss just stopping moving when you do. Again, no challenge at all is provided by this boss. It's just dodge left, dodge right, and hit him. This is also a duo level for some reason, but the OC contributes absolutely nothing. We spend the whole time running and attacking as Sonic. So it seems like this was only made into a duo level, so they didn't have too few. It's padding, essentially. The next level blows. It's a generic Mario Maker style level again. I died 6 or 7 times because the jump is just so damn heavy. The funny thing is, I'm genuinely running out of things to say on these levels because they're just so damn generic. Every single level blends into each other because they all look and feel the same, even with 3 different playable characters. Sorry if at this point it just seems like I'm mindlessly bashing on the game. This game is so ambitious that there's genuinely little to find praise for. Even Sonic staples, like the music, that was godlike in terrible games like 06, just falls flat. At least Sonic 06 had some ambitious ideas. That game was a swing and a miss. This game, I don't know, it's a bunt. But it's a bunt and a miss! With that general sense of not greatness, I think I need to sit and calm down. I'll see you when I finish the game. I think I'm going to end part 2 here. I can't even stomach editing this game. This game makes me physically sick. But comment down below what you think about this dumpster fire and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and with all that out of the way, I will see you in the next one.